This is starting right down and inside and then just falling off the table. And it's a skill that I wish more right-handers had. Goodbye. See you, Attack Buster. 4 points each.
It's intense.
Yes! What is happening? Welcome to another pitcher video breakdown. My name is Nick Pollack, and today we're going to talk about this guy, Logan Gilbert. I just gave him the Ace is Gonna Ace tag in my SP Roundup article where I go over every single pitching performance every single night. You do not know about that? Go to pitcherlist.com, check out the SP Roundup. It's what I do. It's how I follow these pitchers. And Logan Gilbert has had himself some ups and downs over the years, and he finally just dominated against the Rangers. So I'm just going to watch. This is the last inning. As you can see, he was doing so well. And that's a huge pitch for him. That's the 89 mile per hour. I want to say that one is the cutter. And the cutter has been this strike pitch that's just been this lovely number 3 to mix in with four-seamers and sliders. There's also a splitter in there too, as I believe we just tried to see there. And he tugged that one all the way to the left. But there's, oh gosh, that is so sweet at 90 miles per hour. Oh, that is just a debilitator. That looks like it's going to be a fastball right there to destroy as a lefty, and you just can't do anything. You're going to throw it again now. Oh, he tried to do it, and he left that over the plate. I mean, all right, fine. Especially the Jankowski, who definitely wants to push it to left field. You want to be a little bit better on that command, but okay, Logan Gilbert. Let's see what we got here. We've got 89. Beautiful spot on that one. You love to see it. You got 97 all the way upstairs. And I just got to mention that this is kind of the problem with Gilbert. Like, look at this. He has such an unreal extension, but he just can't quite locate this fastball upstairs. And by the way, I should say the 89 was a slider, not a cutter. I think the cutter is more like at an 80 or 92, 93. So all those that you saw were sliders before. Apologize about that. He's got to get this one over here. However, because of this and throwing the first pitch slider down here and then going upstairs, okay, it shows Duran that, like, all right, he's going to move him back and forth here. And there's that looks like a breaking ball. A curveball is what I would probably say. That just gets too much of the zone. Let's look at this one more time here. So, okay. So what's going on, probably Duran, after seeing that 97 mile per hour up and in, he's thinking he's probably going to stay slow. And there's a part of me that thinks that if this were the slider at 89, this actually stays in the yard, or at least fair, and maybe out of the yard, because he's so out in front and he tugs this down the line. It's a bit of a hanger. You want this to be further away. You're saying, Nick, it's low. Yeah. But also where that's hit is kind of higher up. He's expecting this to be that fastball. It's a splitter, and he doesn't think it's a strike, and all of a sudden he does, and he fists that one off. I would throw the heater upstairs. Yeah, 97, he can't catch up to it. He tries so hard, but the thing is, 97 versus the 83, 82 that you've seen, that's a really good one. It's away properly. I'm always a fan of staying up or down and not really doing the middle. I think that's the easiest pitch to hit, actually, is along this, and especially if you're behind on it. But because it's 97, and keep in mind that Logan Gilbert has such a lead extension. He gets as close to the plate as anyone in the majors on release, which means that this 97 actually looks harder than that. This looks closer to 99, 100, even though it is away. And by the way, inside, it does mean you actually add another tick to it. Still, that is just so hard to pick up, especially after throwing the 83 before it. Oh, that's a filthy slider, 89, my gosh. Oh, the bite on this. Watch this again. Is that actually the splitter? No, that's a slider. Okay, good. Man, so this is starting right down and inside and then just falling off the table. And it's a skill that I wish more right-handers had. If you are throwing fastball slider, a lot of guys think, oh no, sliders, I can't do opposite-handed. I have to throw curveballs instead. The thing is, this is the DeGrom method, the Garrett Cole method. You throw four-seamers over here and then sliders down here. Dylan Cease, when he's cooking, does this. It's hard to do it because if you miss, it misses over here, and that's the danger zone, the nitro zone. That's where batters, and especially lefties, are so good at dropping the barrel and just launching it over the fence in right field. So you have to get it underneath it. If you can do that, that will always work. There's a splitter, looks like 87. He misses that one. 1-1 pitch on its way. Splitter. And here's the thing, too, is that this is the 101st pitch from Logan Gilbert. At this point, you're playing the game of you can stay in as long as you don't allow a base runner. First base runner on in the 8th inning, you're out. If you're able to do this in like a couple pitches, maybe you'll get a chance to go the distance and go for a complete game shutout. But essentially, once you get over 95 or so, it's the game of one base runner and you're out of the game. So if I'm Gilbert, I'm like, you're going to gas up completely here. You're going to execute perfectly. There's no way I'm going to allow this guy to get on. I'm going to use everything else in the tank here. And look at that splitter. That's beautiful, right? That just dies out of the zone. Look at this one. This is the pitch that was working for Gilbert yesterday. Ah, gorgeous. Gorgeous. That splitter is so good. And look at these amps. Love this guy. So, I mean, that's Logan Gilbert in a nutshell. If you actually watched that one, you didn't really see like the greatest command. You had some. That splitter down was great. Those sliders are really good. Fastball, he had that 97 on the edge. It's a little volatile, like a touch. But I think this year in general, he's gotten a little bit better at corralling that chaos. And that's really Logan Gilbert right now with the third pitch, the splitter working, maybe the cutter at times too. He just needs something else instead of just fastball and a four-seamer and slider. And it was a splitter yesterday, has been the cutter in the past. But that's why Logan Gilbert's an ace. Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. There was something else I had to do. What was it? Cutter Crawford. Okay, we're going to do this one quickly, all right? The second inning, maybe some of the fourth. But what Cutter Crawford does is he throws a big sweeper, and that was a big pitch for him that worked yesterday. But it's also a four-seamer, and oh, that's a good sweeper. It's also, what do you know, a cutter akin to his name, okay? And that's 3 straight sweepers, and when Cutter Crawford's feeling a sweeper, things are good because he pairs it with a four-seamer that can be really hard to hit. That's a 94, but it has unbelievable vert. That is 20 inches of vertical movement upstairs. And you can see Sanders playing the good game of not giving in so much, but then, oh my gosh, that is 93 down. And when you understand that this four-seamer doesn't dip at all, it just stays at level and doesn't drop, that looks like a fastball that's going to be falling down at the shin. And when you can spot that down and away, that's beautiful. So good. Especially living around the edges like that. There's a four-seamer that he gets away with for a foul ball. Tries to do the splitter, and the splitter's kind of cool, honestly, for Cutter Crawford. Really helps spot the cutter away. So that's 3 pitches there. One going straight, one going off the plate, and one coming back in. And that's really hard to hit, especially up and in for Cutter Crawford. And you follow that up with a curveball over the plate. That's 4 different pitches. If I am Cutter Crawford at this point, I try and go with a four-seamer upstairs. He goes with a cutter that works. It gets the ground ball out as it just goes in. He was actually trying to get down and underneath the bat at 87 there, which I totally understand too, but I think upstairs with anything there would have worked, and it did. There's a sweeper that misses against Gleyber Torres because that's what he does against righties, and then he tries to go back inside with a four-seamer. Torres is like, sure, fine, I'll take a look at that one. Goes back at it. That's a hard pitch to lay off there. Good stuff there from Torres, and that's a beautiful cutter after that. I mean, 2 fastballs like that, but the thing is, because he missed upstairs with that fastball, he probably is thinking not fastball again, and that means probably sweeper or cutter. So he sees that one start over the plate, probably thinks it's a sweeper coming off, and the fact that's the cutter, probably could have gone away with that one, Cutter Crawford, if that did land in the zone. But that's a really good 3-pitch mix against righties. It's kind of hard to figure out what you want to do, and there's that cutter. That's the one he takes. So now 3-2, probably go back to the sweeper here, and that would mess him up. No, you throw a four-seamer that is dotted away, and good job by Torres, because he's probably not thinking four-seamer here, and he just gets fouled off to survive, because that's a perfect one. And he throws a sweeper, and it's upstairs, and Torres doesn't know if it's going to come back into the zone, and he gets a strikeout. I do want to show you one more at bat. This is Aaron Judge, and keep in mind, the first inning, Aaron Judge hit a cutter that was right down the middle for a home run. I mean, it was a 1-1 cutter right down the middle, and it was, yeah, that thing was gone. By the way, look how big this box is. This is just so funny because it's Aaron Judge. Okay, so what does Cutter Crawford do this time? He throws a fastball that looks like that cutter again, and he's trying to be like, you think it might be that, but it's not. It's not nearly the same pitch you saw before for the home run, and keeps that upstairs, and he gets the swing and miss as he should. Now you obviously go with the sweeper. Duh, you're not throwing that cutter again. Yeah, and there you go. Down and away. Judge actually struggled in the next at bat too in the 6th inning trying to do the sweeper. It's just so difficult. So you see that 81, you're thinking it's going to be another sweeper, right? Nope, it's a fastball right down the middle. Ah! This is like a mistake pitch, right? This is an 0-2 mistake right down the middle, and the highest swing chance count at 0-2, maybe 3-2 is. But right down the middle to Aaron Judge, and you beat him. Why? Because he's thinking this is absolutely going to be a sweeper away. And he's just a little bit later on this because he's thinking off speed, because that's just what Aaron Judge gets. There's no way he's going to get a four-seamer down the middle at this point. And that's 3 whiffs on Aaron Judge after he hit a home run in his previous at-bat. Carter Crawford, that's dope. And that's him. That's the guy. It's so nice to see him come into his form the last 2 starts, Phillies and Yankees now. That's awesome. But that's it for your bonus breakdown. Make sure you guys subscribe, by the way. I do these 4 times a week, 5 times a week. So make sure you go down below, subscribe. I believe this video deserves a like, so please give me that as well. But that is it. So my name is Nick Pollack, and get out of here!